Hey guys, welcome back to DIY with me. As you can see on my table back there, I've actually done some DIY, and that is not a DIY, the Blue Bunny. That is something that I'm going to be using for a DIY pretty soon, which I'm so excited about. Now, today we're going to be, as you can see right now, I have a piece of canvas out, and I also have some paint, and I have a few other little tricks up my sleeve. I have a plastic fork. Now, you're probably wondering, what's a plastic fork for? But don't worry, this is one of the reasons why I'm sitting down today. I also have my handy dandy baby wipes out. And of course, now everything's going to go sliding down because I had it underneath. My baby wipes out because I will be painting. And I did not have them pulled out. So I'm going to go ahead and pull them out. I just bought a 4-pack on Amazon. You can buy at the dollar store wherever you want to buy them. I just like this particular one because it's easy to work with, and I like that it's like a refillable container. Now, the only reasons why I have them out is because I tend to get messy when I paint. Now, I know you're probably wondering right now, it's not even in the camera shot, but it will be in just a second. So the very first thing I did was I Googled egg patterns. And when I Googled it, I kind of had to look. I knew I wanted one that was a little bit different. It had to be small to fit on this canvas. I bought 3 of these canvases at the Dollar Tree, and we'll be actually doing another one of these techniques to create 2 more paintings. But this is something that you can do with your kids. It's really fun. The hardest part is going to be drawing your pattern on. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat down because for some reason it was jacked up to 75. And it doesn't need to be 75. It is chilly in here. My feet are cold. And when my feet get cold, I get cold. So you're going to come and you're going to lightly just draw the pattern. Kind of center it around a little bit and just draw the pattern. Now I'm using 4 different colors of paint, but you can actually choose to use whatever color you want. And you don't really need a lot of paint. In just a second, I will remove myself so you can see what I'm doing. You also see I have my cardboard down for paint. So hold on just a second. Give me just a second. Okay. So I'm going to move it around this way. No, move it around this way. No, slowly up. Okay, here we go. So I have the yellow. So I'm just going to start. Yellow is more of a predominant color. I also have a green. I have like a moss green. And then I have a pink. I have more, but these were the ones I could get my hands on first. And I thought they all looked kind of Eastery. But because I have 2 greens and a yellow and a pink, I'm going to go ahead and start with probably this pretty green right here. So what you're going to do is you're just going to pour a little bit on your cardboard. This is not going to be a cardboard. Well, you could recycle it later if you want it. Sometimes the paint does not want to come out. You may want to shake it. There, I got it coming out a little bit. This is an old paint, but so I probably should have shaken it up before I started it. I'm going to go ahead and pour all my colors out on my cardboard because you're not going to need a lot of paint. It's good to go ahead and get a couple of your wipes out because if you're only going to use 1 plastic fork, then you're going to need the wipes to cover up the plastic fork. And I know this one's an older one as well. So I'm just going to shake it up real quick and put it in. It's just a little watery, a little runny. And last but not least, my pink. You don't need a lot of painting. So I just did it so that you guys could see right here how much paint I had. And so what you're going to do is, okay, you're going to decide, first of all, your layout. I'm going to go and just kind of like, okay, I know this part I want 1 color. This part I want 1 color. And this part I want 1 color. That way you kind of have a little bit of definition so you know you're just eyeballing it. There's no rhyme or reason behind it. You're just eyeballing it. So next thing you're going to do is you're going to take, like I said, I'm going to do the the green at the top. That way it's green, then maybe a yellow or a pink. I do green, yellow, then the pink, and then the moss green on the bottom. So I'm going to go with the dark green. And all you're doing is you're just taking your paint and you're dipping it in your fork into this. And I might need to get some more paint. And you're just going to come and you're just going to stick your fork down like this. And I'm going to need some more paint because it's not going to, all that is not going to work. I'm going to shake this one up first. See the difference when I shook it up and when I didn't shake it up? That big glob is going to come out. It's okay if you only pour a little bit of paint out at one time because you never know how much paint you're going to need. I'm going to mix it up a little bit. This is old. And you're going to just come and you're just going to take your fork and just paint. Now, I don't know why this fork is not flat, but you're going to paint with the fork. It could be because the canvas isn't flat. The reason why it's not picking it up. I'm going to paint with the fork. Or it could be the technique I'm using, but you're just painting with your fork. This is something that you can do cool with your kids. You can use washable paint, watercolors as well. And you're just going to fill up. I'm going to try the different fork because that's a more pronounced one. This one's got a little bit more flexibility to it and it sits flatter. It could be the canvas I'm using. Some of these are going to be Pinterest fails. Some of them are going to be great works of art. So I'm going to continue and just do the fork painting on this. I think it's the canvas. It might be the canvas of the fork. I think it's because the canvas is curved. But you're going to get kind of a messiness a little bit around it. And I'm going to go ahead and take one of my wipes and wipe off the green. You could easily stick it in a water jug if you want, but I'm not going to. Okay, so I'm getting most of that green off. I'm going to stick that wipe over to the side right now. And I said what? I was going to do a yellow, right? So I'm going to pour a little bit more yellow out. Just a big glob. That kind of looks a little bit like Easter grass. Now let's see if the yellow does better. Yep, the yellow is doing so much better. See, what you're doing is you're just pressing down. So it could be the type of paint. The paint's old. You're just kind of pressing down and making fork prints. It's okay if it overlaps. You can come this way with it. Yep, see? Now you can see the details. It was because that paint was old. The yellow is standing out a little bit more. Now, I'm going to let this dry. But I'm going to come back with a black Sharpie and kind of outline my fork painting. And kind of draw like a little line in the middle. You can always add like ribbon in the middle to kind of make it a little bit more decorative. But this is something that you can do with your kids. That is easy and requires very little skill. And as you can see, mine's not 100% perfect, but you get the drift of what it looks like. I'm gonna add a little bit more right here because I got some blank spots. More right here. Okay. So now I'm going to take that wipe that I used and wipe off the yellow. And I know now this wipe is pretty much full. So I'm just going to throw my wipe in the trash can. So now we're going to the pink. Once again, add a little bit more to your paint, to your little cardboard canvas type thing. And then you're going to come across and you're going to go that way, that way. I'm just going to kind of make it so that it's like a little pattern here. So it's like, it looks like a gingham almost. See how it's print? So the egg looks a little bit different here. I think a lot of it has to do with the canvases I'm using, because the canvas is, if you look, it's not straight. It's curved a little bit. And I think that is causing it to kind of mess up a little bit too as well. But I kind of like this little part right here. And so I'm just going to go and add some color to some little pieces here. And that's that piece. Once again, getting my wipe. I'm just going to wipe off the pink. And now we're going to finish out the egg with the moss green. Y'all, it's that easy. So moss green's gonna, I think I'm gonna have to add a little bit more. I didn't know how much paint I was gonna need. So, but this one is kind of watery. So I don't know how well that's gonna be. We shall see. And I know I picked a really great day to paint when I'm wearing all white, right? Yeah. Luckily, I'm not gonna jinx it, knock on wood. I haven't gotten any on myself. This would be a great little gift for grandparents if you're looking for something for your toddler to do, if you're looking for something for when the kids are home on spring break, you're looking for any type of thing. You could do an Easter themed day with your kids and use this and create this craft, watch Easter movies, eat eggs and omelets or however you want to eat for dinner, and let the kids decide what they want. Just a great way to do a theme day. Now, as you notice, I used all recyclable materials, just about. This whole craft was, my paint was the most expensive paint thing, but I knew that my paint I was going to be able to use for something else. Now, like I said, I'm going to actually take my Sharpie right now, even though the paint's not dry, and I'm just going to kind of outline it a little bit so you can see. It almost looks like an Easter basket. If you want to make an Easter basket, you can. But I'm just going to outline the egg a little bit. You can come back later and kind of do it darker. And I've got color on my, and for some reason my Sharpie does not want to work. Huh. I figure, right? But yeah, you can just come back with the Sharpie and outline it. You can draw here and make it look like an Easter basket. But we did this in about 15 minutes. We did this whole deal in about 15 minutes. And it's a cute little Easter egg project that you can do with your kids that basically has a plastic fork, which most of us have plastic forks in our house. Paint. You can use washable paint with your kids. I used a canvas, but you can use cardstock. You can use anything else you want. I'm actually think after I let it dry, I'm going to come back and do the black around it, just so it outlines it a little bit more and maybe add a little bit more to this. But super quick, easy canvas print that you can create for your decor, for the kids to have a craft day when you're having a craft day. Recycle your cardboard boxes. Use that one as your paint palette. You recycle the forks that you use, like if you're taking you get take out and there's forks in there, recycle those. You don't have to go out and buy those. The most expensive part is going to be your paints, but other than that, guys, that is all there is to this craft. And if you hold it up, you notice it's kind of, my thing is kind of going down, so I'm going to actually go back later. I'm going to go back right now and just kind of pick it up because it's running. Yeah. So I wouldn't suggest holding it up, but that last piece was running, so there you go. Until the next time, guys, be blessed. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Bye.